Traveling the world may not be as out of reach as you think. With the right planning and preparation, you may be able to make it happen. In this video series, we'll help you come up with a plan to make it happen. There's a lot that you can do to set the stage and a wide range of issues to consider when preparing for the move. This video covers the first issue that's always the major concern, affordability. The other videos will help you come up with a personal plan to achieve your goal. We're also putting together a newsletter that focuses on the practical aspects of expatting and slow travel. The link's in the description. The newsletter will include links to lists of planning issues that we talk about in this video series that you can download to help keep track of your plan. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. So, money is a primary consideration, as always. It's going to cost one person at least $2,000 a month or more to live overseas in a lower cost area, and more if you decide to stay in a more expensive area or live a less frugal lifestyle. But the good news is that $2,000 a month is not an unrealistic number for many people in the US to achieve. It would be tough to find a place in the US to live at that price, especially with health insurance. So let's look at some of the more popular low-cost destinations for US expatters and slow travelers. Thailand's a popular destination for US slow travelers and retirees looking for a low cost of living in a tropical area with great nature and a rich culture. We'll look at the costs of Bangkok for people who like the big city, and Chiang Mai, around 400 miles north of Bangkok, for a lower cost, slower lifestyle. And there's a lot of other desirable destinations throughout Thailand, each with their own attractions, such as a number of attractive beach communities. So this is a general breakdown in basic costs. This content's also on the Slow Travel Expat newsletter if you want to look at it in more detail. The general costs are for basic necessities, budgeted for two persons, so there may be ways to save a bit here and there, and you may want to spend a bit more on specific areas based on your specific needs and interests. And prices will vary by season. The basic costs you should budget for are furnished housing, food, transportation, local health insurance, and miscellaneous costs for things like entertainment. The prices for all of these can vary depending on your specific needs or preferences. For example, you might want to budget more for accommodations to get a more comfortable apartment in a more central area. In addition to Thailand, there's a range of similarly low-cost countries that are also popular with US expats and slow travelers. Popular areas are Mexico and Central and South America, other countries in Asia, and some lower-cost countries in Europe. So it should be possible to find a location that you'll enjoy for a long, slow visit, or to live for a while as an expat. The other countries in Asia that are popular are Malaysia and Vietnam. In Kuala Lumpur, you can find furnished apartments for around $500 to $1,000 per month, depending on the neighborhood, and in smaller cities, you can find apartments for $300 to $700. Vietnam has furnished one-bedroom apartments that rent from $300 to $700 a month in cities like Ho Chi Minh City or Hanoi. South and Central America are also very affordable. In Ecuador, you can find furnished rentals for one-bedroom apartments that range between $400 to $800 per month. Coastal areas are a bit higher, but still low compared to US prices. In Panama City, a furnished one-bedroom apartment typically costs between $800 and $1,500 a month. In smaller towns, you can get basic furnished apartments for around $500 per month. Costa Rica has some popular expat areas with furnished one-bedroom apartments starting around $500 to $1,500 a month. In Mexico City or Guadalajara, a furnished one-bedroom apartment can range from $400 a month to $1,400 per month. Coastal areas, of course, are usually a little higher. And in the EU, check out Portugal, Spain, and Bulgaria for a lower cost of living. Portugal's become popular with expats, especially in cities like Lisbon and Porto. A basic one-bedroom furnished apartment can range from €600 to around €1,200 per month. In smaller towns or less populated areas, you can find rentals for less than €500. Or stay in the Algarve off-season and get great rates on modern apartments. In Spain, cities like Madrid or Barcelona will cost around €800 to €1,500 per month for a furnished one-bedroom apartment. And for smaller towns, prices can drop to €400 to €700. Bulgaria is one of the most affordable European countries for expats. You can find furnished one-bedroom apartments between €300 to €600 a month, while in smaller towns, prices can get as low as €200 per month. So these general costs are likely around the lowest you're going to be able to find, and they can go up from there. The larger, more popular cities will be more expensive than the smaller cities or rural areas. But cities are usually easier for expat travelers than rural areas because they have better transportation options, more English speakers, more grocery options, and better technology. And these costs will be higher if you want a better quality apartment in a more popular area, or a more expensive country. Short-term furnished apartments for slow travelers staying up to 3 months will be a bit more expensive than a standard yearly rental that an expat would arrange. We're older and less tolerant of discomfort, so we're a bit picky about our accommodations. We like a place like Bangkok that has a lot of amenities, and we would spend a bit more to get a place that's more comfortable. But when we were younger, we'd have been fine going bare bones to save a bit of money. So the basic message here is that if you can achieve a source of funding that can support at least $2,000 a month or a bit more, this kind of lifestyle could be a realistic option. Keep in mind that you'll need to budget additional funds for airfare to travel to and from the destination, and a few other related expenses. Affordability can be different for each person. You may get funds from Social Security, a pension, a 401k, or drawing down your savings, or a combination of those. Maybe you can gain some income from renting out your house while you're overseas. Or work hard and save as much as you can for a few years, and then take a year or so off to travel. And since each person has different circumstances, needs, and expectations, the costs can scale up or down. This may not work for you, or maybe you can do a scaled back or different approach. You'll need to determine if something like this is possible within your circumstances. If you want to explore this further, start by doing your own research and putting together a budget. Check out destinations to find a compelling place to live. Check out the apartment rental sites at those destinations to get an idea of the costs for various locations and levels of quality. And create a budget plan. Determine what you'll need to spend on prior to traveling. If you're a slow traveler, you need to determine how long you can stay in a particular country or area. Determine what type of health insurance you'll need. Imagine yourself living at a destination for several months and look at the transportation, see if the location will support your preferred diet, what the weather is going to be like at the time you want to travel. So we're working on a number of videos for this series that cover these topics. So subscribe to our channel to be notified when a new video is posted. And we'll also be posting articles on these topics in our Slow Travel and Expat newsletter. You can subscribe to that by using the link in the notes. Thanks for watching.